Hey garden friends, welcome back to Flower Patch. I am setting myself up for a challenge here. I have this behind Primrose Cottage area that I wanted to make into like a little garden area. And I'm not going to spend money on it. I'm not going to anything. I'm going to use what I have around or have already purchased, but I need to get it cleaned up first. So, being that I'm wise about what I do, my goal is to set a timer for half an hour. I will work at a nice pace. See what I get done, take a break, go in, get a drink, cool off if I get hot. Right now it's cool. I was trying to get out here as early as I could. And then we'll see how far I've gotten in that half an hour. And then, depending on other things that need to be done, I will either continue on today for another half an hour or I will postpone till tomorrow. Now, I'm just trying to see how fast it takes me, or how long I should say it takes me to get this done. Instead of viewing it as something overwhelming, I want to chip away at it, enjoy it. If I start to get tired, I'm going to stop and rest. So I'm going to start clearing the back of Primrose Cottage garden. I have a lot of ideas for back here, but first, clean up. Now, I'm going to set my timer. And clock. And I'm going to start 30 minutes, and here we go. Okay, I have my tools. I have a shovel, have my timer set, going in my back pocket. I can't put the camera back further because it would be in the sun and overheat, so you're going to get a close-up view. Yeah, I went to get an umbrella stand that wasn't as heavy. The one we have is concrete, so I could move the umbrella around, and yeah, they were all sold out. I guess after July 4th, they just start selling out of things. Okay, I have a compost pile just over there, so I'm going to just do what I can. First, I need to move these big things. So I'm going to haul it around the other side since the camera is blocking this way. Lots of stickery weeds over here. This was part of a obelisk I had made that fell over in the heavy snows 2 winters ago and busted, and I never did repair it. Alrighty, can you see this down here? I can't tell. Can't see that far over, but this is like that raised bed I just took up, and it has a centerpiece that is like a worm bin. Yeah, I kept trying it out, and I didn't stay up with it because it was back behind here, and I wasn't doing much back behind here. Try to see if that hole is from gophers or what. Now this is pretty hefty. I might need to get help with this. Yeah, let's see. It doesn't hurt. It's actually quite a nice raised bed. Sturdy. Okay. Okay, two very nice gentlemen walked by. I stopped my timer, so I need to start it again. Okay, I haven't been out here very long, and I've got a lot done. I'm so excited. It's once, if I could just dedicate time, then I know I can see results, and then it makes me excited to continue on. So I'm going to try to lift this over the side of this and then carry it around to the other side. So let me take this. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, I just set it on the bench over there till I decide where I want to put it. I was trying to think, you know, it would make a good worm bin, and I could put it in the chicken house. I have a worm bin. I got those stickery weed seeds on my hands. Anyways, I have a worm bin. It's called, I think it's called worm bin. It's circular and it has different levels. I didn't want to set it up out here outside of the chicken pen because I was worried that the critters would get in it, like the raccoons and bears and what have you. So I'm thinking of setting it up inside the chicken pen if I ever get to that. There's so many things I want to get done. Okay, so this had some soil in it, some area that was dug out underneath from the gophers. And now I'm going to get my rake and I'm going to rake up and see what we have. I'm going to take this around the corner, and I don't know where I'm going to set it up, or if I just might give it away. Since I haven't really used it, I probably should give it away. But it's in great shape. Let me get my rake right behind you. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump you. All right. Okay, well, I made a huge progress in just half an hour. Am I in the camera? Let me point up so I can talk to you. So I know I'm getting a little backlight there, but anyways, yeah, let's see. Basically, I'm right at just about 25 minutes. I don't know if I messed up on turning my my timer back on at one point, but let's get you moving this way. You want to see behind. Anyways, I have a lot of thoughts as to what to do back here. There's some soil that was in that raised bed that's good. The soil back here is basically beautiful soil, so it's not like I have to bring in a lot unless I wanted to raise up. The block wall down here, it looks like there's about 3-inch gap, so I could fill that up to the top. But if you had watched my video on how I was saving those bobo hydrangeas, they're doing beautiful in the container I put them in. I'm thinking maybe this fall, when it cools down, I will plant them right along this wall. They get about 3 or 4 feet tall. I can contain them to where they wouldn't encroach upon too much of the area, but they would make a beautiful screening because down here I'm looking right down at my neighbor's back yard. They're vacationers, but still, that's not fun. And I didn't know if I wanted to put up the fence line. It's just hog wire, or, you know, cattle panels, whatever you want to call them, with lattice on it. Nothing fancy, but once the plants are growing up, I don't even notice it. It makes a good trellis for things. I had thought of doing that, but I'd also thought of a lot of different things. I've got the bamboos I could put in containers. That'll provide a screening. Some ground covers on the ground to combat the weeds. The ground covers will choke out weeds. Yeah, so I have a lot of things. I have a, what is the limelight hydrangea, which is off patent. I can propagate that and put in more hydrangeas here. I just think that would be gorgeous, just a wall of white hydrangeas. Of course, here they don't bloom until August, but that's okay. They're a beautiful plant. And in between, I do have a Japanese maple that I've seen one espaliered on a wood frame, and it made a beautiful, like, fenced block or visual block. So all of those things are running through my mind of what I could do. And I've been moving that Japanese maple around. I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do with it. So yeah, lots of ideas, but just getting it cleared, and then, yeah, then proceeding forward to smoothing the area, making it level. All of that just gives me so much more incentive to get going. Now this week is really crazy. I only have half a week to get stuff done. We're going to be gone for 4 days, and then yeah, then I'll come back. So I have to make sure all of my potted plants has either a drip in it, or I have moved them under my back deck so that they don't dry out while we're gone. It's supposed to get up to 90 while we're gone, so it's going to be quite warm. So that is my goal for this week. So I just wanted to get this started. And I probably won't even post this video till after we're back. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty good challenge in half an hour, which, you know, it's not hard to squeeze half an hour out here and there to make progress in an area that you really want to start working on. This is going to be slowly curated. It's not going to be, I got a bunch of plants I'm going to put in here. I'm going to figure out as I go along what would work here well. If I want all green and white, just like a white garden, that would be amazing, or a moon garden. Not that I'm ever out here at night, not behind here, but, you know, just so many options. So you tell me what you think I should do back here. So I could have color. I have plenty of the white phlox, garden phlox. That would be beautiful back here. They get pretty tall. Yeah, a lot of options. So I hope you enjoyed this little challenge here. I made it in half an hour. I thought I was going to have 2 half-hour increments, but that's as far as cleaning up. Now leveling, I probably could do that in 10 minutes. I'll give it a whirl. I've got to move the camera out of the sun, so I will do that, and then I'll start leveling. Should I give myself another half an hour? I don't know. Let's see. I'll just put it on. I'll put it on where I'm tracking lap. Let's see, timers. So reset, start. So this is like you're running laps and how fast you can do stuff. So it's just going to tell me how long it took me to do this, rather than setting a half an hour timer. So this area right here, so lots of nice soil. Be careful I don't step off this wall. It would be just like me to do something like that. Now this is the hose. It used to be hooked over there, and I think I disconnected it down at this end. Yes. So some more plants that didn't get pulled out. Got a hollyhock there. I had thought of leaving it. This back against the wall. Now this is where my compost bin had been. I see some ash. So there's Here's some uncomposted debris. Yeah, I can't believe I got so much done in just half an hour. I just thought it would be way more work than it was. And maybe that's what we do to ourselves sometimes. We make it feel overwhelming. But when you tell yourself, oh, I'm just going to take half an hour and go out and do what I can do, then it feels like it's doable. And yeah, once I got that bit done, I thought, wow, I can spend another half hour, and it stayed cool. Yeah, it's been cool today compared to the heat wave week. So it made it more comfortable, and the shade stays here for most of the morning. So here, let me get this over here a little bit. Now, I'm not perfectly level. I'm just trying to smooth things out a little bit. Okay. So if I brought the bench back here, I would have my husband help me. It's a wrought iron bench, so it's pretty heavy. Other than I could put one of the wood benches from that I got at Home Depot that I didn't know what to do with that one. That would probably be a good choice back here too. And all of that. So, yeah. So I got the dirt moved basically to my satisfaction. And then right along the wall here, it looks like I have about 5 feet till the back of the Primrose Cottage. Yeah, that took me 4 minutes. 4 minutes after setting the timer, 4 minutes and 10 seconds to smooth that out. Yeah, so now it's ready for planting. First, I will hook up my irrigation. And that someone asked me about doing the irrigation, and I said I would do a video, and I need to get that done. There's just been so many things going on. And it's very helpful because I was intimidated by it at first too. And then I bought a kit. And once I did the kit, yeah, from then on I knew what hoses to buy, what fittings I liked. And then I've even changed things up a little bit, finding out. So that's going to be a video. I'm going to share with you what I've done. It is far from professional. I do not have like a main area. It's just hooked up to hose bibs. And it works. It works for me just fine. So it was an inexpensive route rather than having an expert come in and do things. And I know not all of us can afford to bring in an expert and do things. So you just fly by the seat of your pants and you do what you can do. You learn it and you go from there. So that, my friends, was my little challenge this morning. I surprised myself. It was a win. I'm nowhere near done, but that wasn't the goal this morning. The goal was to get it cleared of the weeds and a little bit leveled, and I did it in half an hour or less. All right, I will see you in my next video, and I will be sure and come back when I am planting things. If I've decided to put those bobo hydrangeas here, if I get some of my limelight hydrangeas started, all of that as this area progresses. And I'm just going to take my time and enjoy it. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. All right, I'll see you in my next video. You know what else would be good back here? Roses. I could put roses back here. I think I said that already, but I have some extra roses that I don't know what I'm going to do with because they're not fitting in a color scheme or they didn't work in some areas. So there we go. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.